Hey guys, welcome to our 2019 Singapore GBWC topics and also review of all the entries for the event this year. This time around, we were not able to go down to Singapore, so a big thank you to Choco Falcon for sharing all his amazing shots from the event itself. Now, as usual, we will share what are our topics, but I'm going to scatter our topics all around the video, so I'm going to go through one by one of our topics. So we're going to do it something a little bit different this time around, but I'm going to share with you what I think of all the entries are this time first before we go to the topics. I think Singapore GBWC 2019 is quite similar to GBWC Korea this year. There seems to be a lot of big players and big entries missing compared to the few previous years that we have seen. I'm not saying that there are no good entries, there are great entries throughout, but we're missing the usual big diorama, big kits, big entries, and of course the open hatch entries is totally missing from GBWC Singapore. So I guess people are really giving up on that category as well. So that is one very big noticeable difference in terms of the entries. Just like GBWC Korea, I don't see a lot of big entries that make you go wow, where are those big entries? So they are missing. I suppose all the gurus and all the old timers are taking their time and maybe preparing it for next year. Maybe they want to win a trip to Japan next year where it coincides with Olympic. Who knows, right? I don't really know. Secondly, I think this time around there are a lot more junior entries, so I think that's a good sign. So that kind of means that there are a lot more newer, younger generation getting into the hobby. So as you can see from the entries, there are actually quite a lot of newbies entering into the junior category. So actually that's a very good encouraging sign. One few of those guys are probably going to be the new masters of the next generation. So that's a good sign. Thirdly as well, I don't see a lot of build divert entries or team this year. So that is actually quite interesting as well. I think I mentioned this in most of my GBWC and Gunpla Expo coverage. That series I think has pretty much gone down the drain. So we don't see a lot of build diverse entries, and I'm fine with that. The other noticeable difference this time around, I think, compared to, let's say, GBWC Hong Kong, Philippines, Taiwan, and all the other countries, this year GBWC Singapore seems to be lacking in a lot of grunt unit. You do get a lot more Gundam mobile suits, but in terms of the grunts, the mono eyes, they seem to be quite lacking. So that is something that I find quite strange for the entry this year. I think versus a couple of previous years, there seems to be definitely a lot more. Now, let's talk about the topics. So as I've mentioned earlier, I've scattered all the topics around the entire video, so be patient, they'll come up very soon. I think some of the noticeable ones are definitely the Shinanju, Sazabi, and also Chasaku entry. There are some very cool concepts where celebrating the 40th anniversary of Gundam as well. So you have the half torso RX-78-2 together with the Zaku and Chamuro and the Core Fighter. That's actually a very interesting concept, and it's quite refreshing having it come from Singapore. So that's something that's very new. There's also the Rise of Federation, as you're seeing now. I think that is quite a interesting diorama where you have the mobile suit of RX-78-2 resting next to a hangar of soldiers and also the other vehicles as well. And mono eyes, I think this is the one that really stand out to me of all the entries. We have not really seen a lot of mono eyes for GBWC 2019, but I guess it is what it is, right? Hopefully next year we'll get to see a lot more mono eyes and more soldier team base for GBWC Singapore. So all in all, I think I'm not going to ramble on for 15 minutes. I think you'll probably get very bored of me talking for 15 minutes non-stop. It's just strange that this year around we don't see many big entries. Maybe the pictures don't do it justice. I suppose the lighting was quite hard for Choco Falcon to take the pictures as well. It does seem to be quite bright, but definitely hopefully we'll see a lot more bigger kits, and for my own personal favorites, open hatch entries hopefully next year. And one other noticeable difference as well is the Sokasudun SD World Gundam is also noticeably missing this year. As usual, there are still quite a lot of IBO kit entries as per every single year, but hopefully we get to see a lot more variety for GBWC Singapore 2019. So the judging is coming up very soon. I think by 27 we should see the entries who will be crowned champion for Singapore. So I would like to hear from you guys, after going through all the entries. Let me know what you think are your topics, because your topics may be different from mine, and obviously if you guys are from Singapore, you get to see the kids firsthand. You will know exactly whether the paint job are top notch, because as we've mentioned before, sometimes it's quite hard to tell from the picture itself. There could be some flaws in terms of painting, finishing, touching up, and overall fit and finish of the entire entry compared to what we're seeing here on the pictures. So there you have it, folks. This is the GBWC 2019 topics for Singapore. Let me know what you think. I will be sharing with you our recap of GBWC Philippines 2019 very soon. We just got the pictures from the Philippines distributor, so a big thank you to the team over there in Philippines. The results are already out, obviously, so we're not going to go too much on that. So if you're new to our channel, I would really hope you guys can subscribe to our channel. We're still a small growing channel, and I really appreciate all your support and your time today for watching this video. Let me know what you think of all the entries for GBWC 2019 Singapore, and thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great weekend, guys.